and it's called a Semifreddo di Torrone. And it's made with a nougat candy that I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with. This is Torrone that I've been chopping up, and it's nothing more than egg whites and sugar and honey and nuts. And I remember getting these as a kid on St. Nicholas Day in a little box like this, you see. And you can find that in a grocery store. You can also buy it in a long roll like that. Find those in Italian specialty stores. And what I've done here is chop up, about 7 ounces of Torrone, because I want to put this in with my Semifreddo, which translates to a frozen, semi-frozen dessert. And then after you do that, you want to have 4 egg yolks ready in a bowl. And actually, you're going to be making something here that's like making ice cream. And start with getting the egg yolks beaten. And then you want to add a little bit of sugar to this, about a half a cup of superfine sugar. And you do that because that's going to blend a little better with the egg yolks, because these are not cooked now. So add the sugar a little bit at a time and get it in there until your egg yolks start to turn a pale yellow color. So now I want to add a little bit of brandy. That's always good for a cold. About 3 tablespoons. Now I'm just going to eyeball this for you. And before you got here, I did this as soon as I got out of bed, I whipped up my cream, and now I'm just going to give it 1 extra little whip to make sure it's okay. I'll get out a clean beater to do that, because I want these fairly stiff. Okay, that looks good. Now, you want to fold the heavy cream into your egg yolk. So get out a rubber spatula, and this you want to do very carefully. So you want about half of that cream at a time, you see. And this is the important part of this, the fold. We'll leave that there, and then gently from the bottom, bring the spatula up and around. So now this needs to go into a mold, and let me get mine out. And now here you have options. I'm going to do it in a pan like this because I think that makes it very easy to cut. And now to do this, first of all, you want to line the mold with some plastic wrap. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get this out. So whatever mold you happen to be using, if you don't want to use a pan like this, you could use a bread pan, you could use a round pan, you could use a fancy mold. So line the mold and keep it pretty even, like so. And then you want to start with that Torrone that's all chopped up and put half of it into the pan. You see, this is wonderful. Actually, you could add a little bit of chocolate to this. I always think chocolate is great when you have a cold. My taste buds are pretty bad today, so I need something that's really strong, flavored. And then you want, about half of this mixture in the pan. So get it in, and then smooth it out evenly, you see? Just like that. Get it nice and smooth, cover up the Torrone. And then you want to put the rest of the Torrone in. I hope I'm not sounding too bad today, but I really do have a sore throat. But I can't wait to eat this. Let me get the rest of this in because I don't want to waste that. It's just very expensive. There. Now, want to fold over those sides, you see? Just like that. Bring over the ends and just sort of press on it so it fits that mold. And then put a piece of foil over the top, just like that. And this goes into the freezer. And another little trick is put the dish that you're going to serve this on in the freezer as well. And you want to let that stay in the freezer, for about at least 5 or 6 hours. And even better is overnight. So let me get it out. And you remember, if you were paying attention, I told you to chill the plate that you were going to put this on. So here's mine. And now, I've got to give myself some room. I can undo this. And so you want to carefully open up that paper, the plastic wrap that you fit over the mold. And you see how that is now It's not real hard, but it's hard enough to unmold. And that goes right on to my plate. It's looking beautiful. And let me take the paper off now. Oh, I wish you could be here with me. Isn't that wonderful? Now, how would I serve that? Well, let me tell you. Let me get out a little dish. Because now, ideally, it's best to cut into this with a knife that you have had in cold water. But since I don't have that, I'm going to do it anyway. So you would just cut down, just like that, you see? Take some off. Whoops. And put it right there. Look at how neat I've been. Now, what would I put over that? Well, I'll tell you. You know what I love? You can buy these in a specialty store. These are wild Italian cherries. I don't know if you can see them there. They're wild cherries, Amarena. They go right over the top. Oh, I am feeling better.